Have you ever wanted to write your own blog posts and articles for your business website and really don't know how to do it? I'm going to show you guys how to use ChatGPT to come up with some sweet looking articles that will help rank your website and get you in front of more customers looking for the services that you have. What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again with Do It Yourself SEO, where I help home service businesses and contractors understand SEO, search engine optimization, and getting their website and business found online to produce more income for their business. And on this quick video, I'm going to show you guys how you can use ChatGPT to write articles for your home services and local business websites. So, what do I think about ChatGPT and using it for creating content and help you out with creating your own website and doing your own stuff? Well, when it first came out to the market and I first seen it and see the things that it could do, I was a little confused about it. And as I started using it and messing around with it, I was floored by what it was able to do. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. I've been doing this now. I started, I believe, it was 2017. I started doing this whole SEO stuff, this whole website design, this whole thing. I started it quite a while ago. And as you guys don't know, I was just a regular truck driver, almost a delivery driver, truck driver, just delivery driver in general. That's all I've ever done my whole life. So it's like to drive a truck. Boring, not fun. I get to watch cars drive by faster than me because my truck is slow. And over the years, I've always wanted to do something more, something online or something like that. And this is why I made the jump to online. I've took a lot of courses. I've done a lot of things over the years, and I've learned quite a bit. And one of the things that I've always had a hard time with was writing. I used to read some blogs. I used to read articles. I used to read other things, magazines when I was younger. And I used to love the way some people wrote. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. I thought it was creative. A lot of sports stuff that I used to read. And I used to think it was very, very clever. And there was a part of me that was always kind of like, I don't know if it was jealousy or envious because I didn't get to go to college and get to write or structure writing or anything like that. And I always kind of envied people that were able to write. And after learning how to use this ChatGPT, there's a part of me that loves it because it gives some schlub, some scrub like myself who has no ability to write. I mean, I have like basic knowledge of how to write. It gives me a fighting chance. It gives me an opportunity to just become more creative, articulate what I'm trying to say in a better way in writing. Because before it was just a struggle. Not only that, I can't even type. It's crazy because I build websites, I do SEO, and I can't even type. I mean, I go like this. I remember taking a class in typing, and I was probably a senior or junior in high school. I actually took a class for typing, and I thought, man, this shit ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to go in here and just screw off and not do anything. And I didn't learn anything. And now I kind of regret it, but that's just what you do. When you're young, you don't think anything's going to take off like this whole online stuff. And I mean, the way I type is I'm pecking over here on my keyboard like a couple of chickens, pecking at my keyboard. It sucks, but it takes forever that way. But that's what I get for not learning. But anyways, go back to this ChatGPT. The thing with ChatGPT that I've learned now over about a year and a half now is that when you work with ChatGPT, you can't be lazy with it. I think a lot of people are starting to use it to like, they'll go on the internet and say, write me a blog post about my junk removal company and hit enter. And all it's going to spit out some generic article for you. The way that ChatGPT works, I try to explain to people is like, try to imagine yourself at a desk and you're working with an individual, a writer on the other side of you, and you're giving him or her instructions on what to write for you on your website, for your blog post, for your content, or whatever it might be. Just treat it like a human being, basically. So if there's a person sitting in front of me and I tell them, write me an article for my junk removal business, that's it. That person's going to look at me and it's like, that's all the instructions you're giving me. I'm not just going to go with just off the top of my head, just randomly create a blog post, just completely generic. It's got nothing to it. It makes no sense or whatever. And it just completely, it's going to be a stupid article basically. So the more precise you are, the more directions that you give it, the better off you're going to be at creating a freaking badass article for whatever it is that you're trying to do. So on this video, I want to show you guys an example of how I've been able to create basically some pretty badass articles for of all things carpet cleaning. So stupid. The carpet cleaning. How are you going to create some like creative articles that people might find interesting to read? So this is what I do with ChatGPT. There's a bunch of other things that I'll later on in other videos I'll show people how to utilize ChatGPT for their services to write some cool content. So basically, what I do is I go into after I've learned how to use ChatGPT. Basically, after I understood that it's basically a pattern recognizing system. That's pretty much all it is. But once I started to understand it, and I'm like, you know what, this is pretty freaking badass. I'm gonna take extra time to create some cool articles. So when I was a younger guy, and I've been a Dodger fan since I was like, I'm gonna say 5, 6 years old. My dad used to take me to ball games at Dodger Stadium when I was a little guy. He got caught up in that Fernando Mania in the mid '80s or something like that. And he suckered me in. Man, I've been a Dodger fan since I was, since 5, 6 years old. I had little lunch pails, I had little shirts, I mean everything. I've been a Dodger fan forever. Um, and one of the things that makes me mad about being a Dodger fan is that they freaking always lose. They never win a championship. I know they won it in 2020. That shit don't count in my eyes. I want a legitimate championship, and it's just not happening. 88 is the last one. And I used to get so pissed off. I used to get so frustrated. I didn't know what to vent my anger, especially when I was younger. And there was a website called Dodger Blues that I used to visit pretty often. The guy that owned it, I said, it's just recent. It's just retired. It's just sitting there. It's been, just sitting there for probably 10 years now. But all the articles were on there. I used to get angry and I'd go on Dodger Blues and read the articles because it would help me vent my frustrations. But the reason I liked this guy's blogs, this website, was the way he wrote was unbelievably clever to me, and it was funny, and I was really really inspired in the way this guy could write his articles. So this is what I did. So I'm like, you know what? Let's use ChatGPT in a clever way. So I went into ChatGPT, right? Pretended that I owned that that baseball blog website, okay? And what I did was I instructed it because I know how, like you are a human, like a human being sitting in front of me. I instructed it directly on what I wanted it to do. And as I said, hello there. My task for you is to learn my writing style. I'm going to give you 10 blog posts from my baseball blog, but all I want you to do is read it and understand my writing style. Here are the first 3 posts. So then I copied some blog posts from that website and I placed it into ChatGPT. And this is what it came out. Thank you for sharing your blog posts. After reading the first 3 blog posts, I've gathered some insights into your writing style. Here are some of the characteristics that stand out, right? And it starts to understand what I'm trying to do. And then I give it the last 7. And it says, thanks for sharing the final set of blog posts. Here are some additional observations about your writing style: cynical humor, critical analysis, personal narratives, pop culture references, sarcastic trait suggestion. And it learned. I basically directed, I said, look, ChatGPT, read this blog post. I don't want you to do anything else. I just want you to read it and understand how I write, my writing style, my patterns, how I do things. And the damn thing actually learned it. Now, so what I did was I went out and just looked for some random blog posts about carpet cleaning. And I looked at some of the articles written. And I saw something that said carpet cleaning really remove those infamous red wine stains and other difficult stains. So I looked at this article. I mean, it was informative. It was cool. But what I did was like, okay, what if I could rewrite this entire article, restructure it to fit the business I'm trying to help here in the area they're trying to rank for, and restructure it with that writing style that I just taught ChatGPT. So I said, okay, sweet. Now that you have learned a little bit about my writing style, I want you to rewrite this blog post on carpet cleaning, but rewrite it like I would with my writing style. The writing style I just basically taught it. Change the business name from Mighty Green to Mighty Green Carpet Cleaning and the service area to San Luis Obispo. Here is the blog post. And I copied the blog post and I popped it in here. Right? And then ChatGPT rewrote it. Title: Can Mighty Green Carpet Cleaning conquer those stubborn white stains and more? Right? So let's take a look at what it wrote. Tackling the dreaded red wine stains, Mighty Green Carpet Cleaning to the rescue. That was a pretty clever website. I mean, headline, right? But just to give you some examples here. Can mighty green carpet cleaning work its magic and remove red wine stains? Ah, the dreaded red wine stains, a nightmare for any carpet owner. As you gaze at the once immaculate carpet now tainted by the crimson spill, you'll probably wonder if there's any hope left. Enter Mighty Green Carpet Cleaning. And I was reading it, I'm like, wow, this is freaking badass. Our carpet cleaning maestros are not your run of the mill cleaners. They're seasoned pros armed with professional grade tools and know how. When it comes to red wine menace, Mighty Green Carpet Cleaning has a battle plan that ensures victory without casualties. You see that? We're kicking off with meticulous assessment. I mean, I thought I was just reading this thing and I'm like, wow, this is a badass article. And here's another thing, too. I believe that Google can sense if you're using AI, right? If you're just using bunk ass, weak ass articles that you get lazy with, and you just go in there and type me an article about blah, blah, blah. The people that are lazy at using ChatGPT instead of using it properly. And I think there's a way, I just theorized that Google was going to, if it's not doing it already, it's going to sniff out AI content and get rid of it, basically, right? So usually when I write these, I read them and I go, wow, this is incredibly, really well done. And then usually what I do is I copy the entire thing, right? And I just go to a random AI detector, AI content detector. I'm just going with the first one that shows up, right? And then I'll just post it on here. And this thing is going to come back and kick back and tell me if it's written by a human or not. Check. It's human text. Okay, cool. Let's try a different one. Look at that, passes as human. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to the article in the description here of this video, so you guys could click on it and read it, and you guys take a look and you guys can tell me what you guys think. If this looks, like it's humanly written, if it's clever, if it catches your attention, and you're going to see that it's a pretty sweet looking article. So that is basically how I use ChatGPT, and I've used a bunch of different other methods to create content. Right? Sometimes I'll just write like, let's say somebody who's a concrete contractor. Somebody does stamped concrete. I know a little bit about stamped concrete, and I'll write like a little blurb on like, we provide some of the best stamped concrete work in this particular area. We use this, and that. I'll write that little paragraph. I go into ChatGPT and I say, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you rewrite this and reword this in a more clever way, a fun way, but write it at about eighth grade reading level?" And then, bam, it'll rewrite that little paragraph, spit it out, clean it up, make it look really, really sharp. I cut that content out, edit it, and put it into the website, and it's just a lot better writing than I could possibly do. I mean, I have the ideas in my head, but I just can't put them to paper, basically. And ChatGPT really, really helps a guy like me, some scrubby old truck driver, to be able to do something like that. So I could see this huge benefit for somebody who owns like a carpet cleaning business, junk removal business, concrete, roofing, or anything, and they want to create their own articles and they're kind of creative with it. If you can do that and you can start creating a blog for your website, right? And start creating some articles and put one in once a week, two a week, once a week, two a month, something good, something clever, and talk about your industry. You know your industry more than anybody. You know your local area more than anybody. Talk about some of those things on there, and then just go into ChatGPT and have it clean it up and fix up the way that it's written. Or if you like somebody's certain writing style, you can copy the writing style, put it into ChatGPT, and say, "Look, I want you to learn this writing style." Give it like 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 articles for it to start to learn and understand the way that the person writes, and then give your ideas into ChatGPT to write you a 4, 5, 600 word little blog post about whatever service you're providing, and it's going to come out with a freaking sweet looking little article for your business. So that's the way that I use ChatGPT. I think it's unbelievable. I love it. There's a part of me that makes me happy because all these eggheads went to college and they got all this writing and stuff, and now some guy like me is going to be able to outright them and create even more articles, and I can even help teach other people how to use the ChatGPT because it's really, really an amazing thing. And I look forward to learning even more and more on how to use it. And like I said, I'm going to leave links to the articles that I've written with the ChatGPT so you guys can take a look at them, tell me what you guys think. If you think they're stupid or you think they're pretty cool, whatever you might think, but take a look at them and tell me what you think about those articles. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Some tips on how to use ChatGPT to write blog posts for your home service type business. So you guys want to learn more about some of the services I provide. I want to learn about my SEO course, a little crash course. All of that stuff's in the description below. And that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.